Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call enemy. I can already tell this won't be I won't be pleased by this. Then let me say it right away. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monami is a serious faulty? What the fuck? I'm reading that. That's more straightforward than I expected. Faulty, huh? That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. That's just the perfect catch stream attack, incorporating all three you're supposed to be. Ta-da! Faulty. Okay. What the fat hit me?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious Stoufatly.
Stoufatly, that's what the word is. Stoufatly, though? That's something. Anyways, welcome back to the channel and another episode of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Because if this save screen did not come up, I probably would have just kept going. Anyways, last time we left off, not really going to get too into it, but last time we left off, we started the class trial for Nekomaru Nidai, and the biggest thing that's coming about is the revelation of the design of the funhouse. So with that being said, let's continue on.
Hello! I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Yeah, we're kind of used to it.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Well, okay, damn, Chiaki, just 180 shift, huh? 1 minute. I never expected the funhouse to be the ultimate weapon. Fuck it, let's keep moving.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Fuck it, it's Chiaki. Not much phases her at this point.
That's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
That's a topic we could get into another time.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Damn, do you even care about the fact that this man died once they brought up food?
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
If the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. If he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So, what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Well, considering the fact that enough for his limbs fall apart. Falling?
I see. That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Holy shit, Akane, there's actually a brain inside your fucking
Did you
skull.
forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach that truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery first. Alright.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Contact elevator. Ah, right, I keep forgetting this is not V3, where if I open this up while selected on the bullet, it'll just automatically take me there. Contact elevator. Okay, that's that. Alright.
You can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving up,
Oh, I got it. Get night, button. I got
object
you.
inside.
Good night button.
No, that's wrong.
Right, because when this good night button is off, the sensors won't detect them.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Yeah, let's bag the
Silence,
Kazuichi.
pest.
Now you're calling me a pest?
Simps don't win. A way to create a drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Shaggy seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Wire, good night button, forward. Alright.
If you
What is the wire? I need to figure all these out.
arrange it
Okay.
a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Flash on it.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Okay, hang on. Ah! Give it to me.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest! Don't...
What if I start to enjoy it?
Alright, cool, I got it. I got you. You and me.
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement... The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Are you kidding me? Ah, you piece of shit. Ah.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop
I'm
within the
almost like this
elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement... The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about
Yeah.
time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
There we
I
go.
agree with that.
I knew me if he was gonna link up on that one. Ugh, just had the wrong one.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the floor and suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
Monokuma, don't you dare make a dick joke about
Better
this.
not finish that sentence.
Oh, so we all knew it was gonna be I said a porn. A fucking dick joke. That's crazy.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Motherfucker, can you go back to being useless, please? You're not gonna say it'd be a pain
So
in my
what if
ass.
they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. What?
Excuse me?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
It's a doorknob. You don't really need to think
Because
too
if
hard
he's
about it.
suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
It's a fucking doorknob. You use your... Yeah.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
I agree with Kazuichi. I agree with what Kazuichi is wondering. It seems there's a certain it seems certain that a difference in the element. Okay, cool.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Bet.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off.
Accurate.
It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru?
Okay, hang on. Radio clock, what's that? A blood clock in his chest receives radio waves at fixed intervals, which automatically adjusts itself. Basically, is an amazing precise clock, so it can...
Who fell on his own? Nekomaru.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I cut through the wrong shit. I didn't even mean to. I was trying to cut through the first one, but fuck it. A W is
What
a
do you
W.
think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
He probably
if
fights to get
something
down.
like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my... Oh, shit. So the doorknob wasn't even supposed to come off, but because he kept fucking with the door in the earlier episodes, he... Damn. With a fierce roar, Nekomaru pulled with all his power, grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... Not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. That's really what it was. Then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
What the fuck is up with this
No,
nigga?
I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Oh my god, the simp is strong.
He gets off on this.
So
No
thanks to
good.
that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too.
Doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell on the floor, the only thing I could think of that happened to it was she collided with the pillar. Yeah.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
Facts.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
But it
What'd
works
you
for
just
you.
say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a key to break through this contradiction. Alright? Back to it. What we got?
We headed for Grape Tower.
First things first, let me see Fuyuhiko's account. Apparently Fuyuhiko's okay. So this is gonna be it.
Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
Hang on, wall clock. What is wall clock? Besides ringing the alarm on the wall clock in the lounge. Okay. Okay, so it's wall clock. The alarm that calls Nekomaru to the alarm that calls Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m. But we discovered his body before 7 a.m. I need to crush one possibility at the time. But I'm gonna break through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower
Okay,
before
so I think
7
I know what
a.m.
it
But
is.
the alarm inside was set for 7.
Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one of those must.
Killer they probably messed with the... That's gotta be it!
I missed. Are you kidding me? Twice? Oh, I got shit aim. This is crazy.
We headed for Grape before 7 a.m.
But the alarm inside was set for 7.
Nekomaru died.
His time of death and
Come on.
one of those must.
Come
Killer
on.
they probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm wrong. Hang on.
We headed
I know
for
it's
Grape
wall
Tower
clock.
before 7 a.m. I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Okay, so it's us.
Nekomaru
It's
died
us.
because of that alarm, right?
That's the one. Okay, no, that's the wrong. Wall clock. Hang on, I'm trying to figure this out. Please just count. Apparently it's on 5 a.m.
His time of death and one of those must.
Killer they probably messed with the... That's gotta be it!
Hang on.
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's was set for 7.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm.
His time of death and the time. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some they probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's...
No. We can crush that. We can crush that. Right. Radio clock. This. Yeah. We got you. Radio clock. Alright, got it. I got it.
Before 7 a.m.
But the alarm inside was set for 7.
Nekomaru died.
His time of death, and one of those must.
The killer probably
Messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No,
No, that's wrong.
because it's a radio clock. You can't mess with it, even if you wanted to.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Jesus Christ. It's a time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we overlooked something, or we were misunderstanding something. Think. If I could focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to the mystery. Alright boys, we're about to hit a lock and dive for round 2. Hope Dan don't fuck this one up. Let's go, boys. Also, I just realized how uncomfortable my chair was because this shit's been tampered with. Alright, anyways, let's not worry about my fucking chair. Pro Skaters. X Games. We're killing the game right now. Let's go. Question 1. Alright. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time of the building, who the killer is, what... Alright, the time in the building. I would say, you tell me this wrong, we got a real fucking issue. Boom. Boom. Alright, that. Killing the game right now. Boom. Oh, fuck. Swag. Gucci with it. Looking cold. Question 2. Question 2. Which clock was tampered with? Both. Clock. The builder's clock. Got you. Let's go. The Nekomaru's clock can't be tampered with. This shit. Can I reach that? I can reach that! Fuck no, I can't. I try my hand. Sometimes you gotta try your hand, alright? Sometimes you gotta be stupid and try your luck. Alright, bet. Oh, that's it? Oh, nope, I was wrong. All the way. Let's go. Question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Both. Because Fujiko even say he checked both of them. Wouldn't make no sense for one house to have the wrong time and the other one had the right one. It would just fuck everybody's minds up. Alright.
It's all coming together. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reach the truth in one go. Alright. I think I know what it is. Off rip.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death. It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Easy,
If only
though,
I
I just
heard
got
the
it.
sound when you fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
Oh,
Only
easy, easy.
Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough. We would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that.
Okay, hang
If
on.
does not.
Akane's account. Akane, what you got from the account? I feel like you might. One of y'all accounts coming in clutch for me right now. Got you.
Exist in this world.
Akane got this.
If the time in the build, then we can only rely the time of. It's clearly 7.
The problem is, what's in our time?
Are there any clues that can be... If only I heard the sound when he fell.
It would have been a great clue.
Fuck.
Or his scream.
He's not the type...
Only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough. We would have heard it too.
There's
I
no
got it,
point
I
in
got
if does not exist in this world.
I got it. 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 I know it. Come
If
on.
the time in the build, then we can only rely the time of. It's clearly 7.
The problem is, in
Well-
our time.
Are there any clues that... If only I
I heard the sound when you fell.
You might
I
not have
agree
heard
with
it,
that.
but somebody did. We ain't got no Ibuki Miyoda, but we got an Akane.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
I mean, his whole body was robotic, and that motherfucker fell 4 stories. That'd be a hell of a
A
sound.
huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
What about
I
the
could not
rooms?
sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
Wait, what about the rooms? Wait, didn't somebody else say they
There's
didn't hear?
nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway. If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
The rumbling sound was heard at 5 a.m. at 5:30 a.m. It's all right. We was off by 2 hours, Chief.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only
If you messed
Nekomaru?
with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure out Nekomaru, what that specific thing is. So I tried the clock so long.
I see!
Monokuma Tai Chi? Alright.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they messed with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
Set
We
us
wouldn't
back,
be able
right?
to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning,
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
That means you actually seen him
And
at
if
7.
that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I I realized what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Taichi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really?
Okay.
Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. There was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who isn't? Who's the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Well, all you gotta do is look at the fact of who was at Grape House. You had... Was it Grape House? No, it was one of the two houses. Regardless, their house with the boys in it. You had Nagito, you had Fuyuhiko, you had Kazuichi, you had Nekomaru, you had Gundam. Nekomaru is dead. Nagito and Kazuichi came out during that time. Nagito is dead. Nekomaru is dead. Nagito, Kazuichi, and Fuyuhiko were all at the alarm. That leaves one person. Oh, well, I was wrong. Wait, so who was it? One person. Who else was it then? It was all guys in that lounge, right? Wait, I'm tripping. Kazuichi, you said something. It's all guys in the lounge, right? I'm confused. Who didn't? Wait. Am I bugging?
You're the only one!
Wait. Nagito was there, wasn't he?
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
Wait, what? Hang on, I'm confused. Run it by me one more time, Chief. One more again.
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
Oh. I don't know why. I thought Nagito was there. I'm tripping.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Oh, this comes back to what I was talking about earlier. You couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is, what do the three have in common? Could it be the secret points to the killer? Alright. Ah, don't know it. Really guessing. Okay, there's a D. Fuck, I don't know. I'm wrong on that. Big time. Super wrong. Ain't no X, I'll tell you that much. Fuck. Ain't no O neither. Oh, I get it. I forgot. Okay, hang on. I need an L. Thank you. O. I get a U. I need a U. U. X. E. E. Boom, I got it. R. O. Hang on. A lot is getting thrown my way. O. There it is. I need an S. You piece of shit. Why would you do this to me? There we go.
I got it!
Alright. And this is why you don't record Danganronpa videos a day apart.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The deluxe rooms are divided up by quality of grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room is so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the chrome room has severe airflow and drag problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Hajime, you gotta slide this nigga when this is all done. You gotta slide this nigga when it's all said and done.
You guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Oh, hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Wait, what? Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. Break it out to me. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Can I get a hint? I don't know. Nagito. I don't know. I don't. It's not Nagito. And it can't be nobody from the female house, so it's gotta be one of the three guys then, because how the fuck would they have killed him? You were the first guy to hear the alarm. And okay, so between you and Kazuichi, I'm going with you.
You're the only one!
Okay, so cool.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right?
Oh shit.
Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
Oh, Oh shit! See, this is why you don't record these right after. This is why you don't record these so late from each other. Cause I thought Nekomaru had the deluxe room.
Why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
I'm gonna keep it 150 of the guy. It's going around like a motherfucker, so I'm trying to hurry up and finish
Which
this.
means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
I was in the lounge.
Holy shit, Fuyuhiko, you quite literally just saved us all. Unintentionally, might I add, but you saved us all.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? This ruckus is louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise all of a sudden.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
8.
The answer is 10.
Wait,
That's
what?
right, I possess 10 ears.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, I didn't see the 4th one in the
That
arm.
means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
That's a shitty argument. What are you, the fucking Rat King boss from fucking Last of Us 2?
You
The fuck?
bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Yo, coincidences don't get you far
That's
here.
right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
I'm sorry, no. Coming from the person who talks about the netherworld and whatnot,
Are you
nah.
saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And
Big fact.
yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey!
do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Hmm?
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gunnan's rebuttal.
We clearly did when he said he was going to the bathroom, but okay.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
He could have broken when he came back.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. If something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Actually, Nagito might have us for this one, Keith.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
He goes account. Oh, I can't use that anymore.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Contact elevator. What does contact elevator? The contact elevator used to move between houses was broken and no longer worked. It apparently was broken at the Grape House side. Alright. Wait.
The elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House...
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me?
Wait.
Why don't we stop this already?
That's it. I got it. I got it.
That
What is that?
the
All the way
only
to the
means
end.
of travel. As long as that your assumption.
Plus, the elevator broken
I
at
got
Grape
it.
House.
I got you.
Since I was at, there's no question that
It would have been different.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Akana, you wanted something, Chief.
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already?
The contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction I can't shoot through. I want to find out what it is. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll shoot through the contradiction.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
The fuck it was? Hey, yo, Nagito, go spit that game real quick. How the hell did you end up at, how'd you end up at Grape House again?
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Accurate. Hey, yo, Nagito, come here and explain how you appeared in front of me and Chiaki again. One more.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Oh, Nagito. Glad I remember this much. Hey, yo, Nagito, where you at? Spit that fucking game
You're
real
the
quick.
only one!
How'd you get from Strawberry House to Grape House?
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Bro, now is not the
Don't play
fucking
dumb.
time.
You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many
Alright, we're cut, but yeah, back to it.
times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
What?
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Okay, Bruce Banner. Let's go.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your
These are disgusting. I don't like them. I can't hit
feed you
these.
to the progeny of vile deities?
This argument is exhausting. Just listen to it makes you tired. And just skillfully cut against his sword so he
Even
won't
if the
piss you.
turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole.
Okay, hang on.
However,
I
how
got it.
frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Okay, hang on. I got this. I'm
I
good.
can't
I'm
back
good.
down.
Let's go. Get the fuck off me. Let's go.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
He was trying to provide the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon, right? In that case, I should have it too. The key which dwells in the light that will break
Know the
through
limits
darkness.
of your own reasoning!
The wire.
You say the killer went to the Octagon.
Where did you get the wire from?
Bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom,
Allow me
Where
to
did you
cut
get the
through
wire?
those words.
Where did you get the wire from then?
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body.
You ain't Nagito. You ain't just come in with that shit.
The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon.
Facts.
There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
Have to.
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what do you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Facts. That's what all this gift kind of stuff on my fucking flow.
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
How? How?
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Any guy has to take a Viagra.
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Let me start now, then. Guess you really don't want to admit it. Hint, guess what you requested. I can fight an argument that leaves you no choice but to be persuaded. Let's go. Nagito, you try to steal the show from me, I'm about to fan up to you steal the show right back from you. Fuck out of here.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire!
Yeah, fuck you.
It's Nekomaru's back. Do you
Boy,
really
dog.
think I can get behind him so easily?
I fucked that up. Oh my god, what was this? Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, fuck you.
It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really
Before
think
Doc
this is
Davis.
the end?
You got 4 fucking hamsters that to do the job for you. We seen these bitches can press buttons. You ain't slick.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
We seen they capable of doing it. They press the button to the fucking
Of
elevator.
course it'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes.
In the serious evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy. I still can't get it out of my mind that, like, yeah, maybe the hamster jumped off his head and did it, but in my mind, Gundam fucking quarterback Hail Mary through that fucking hamster. Like, go, Sandy! And then that motherfucker just went splat on the button and fell down. And press the button? Truly, this is the skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own 2 hands.
Let's go. Hey, yo, Nagito, sit back. Let the reserve corps student show you how this shit is done. Alright. Who set the large clock alarm? Alright. Well, we got a lot of shit here, so let's stop moving. Who was in the lounge in the early morning? We can't do that yet. What time of food? We can't do that yet. Why the fuck is he walking like that? That's kind of scary. Alright. Nekomaru's weaknesses. Boom. That. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's sleeves. Alright. Bang. The killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? Bang. Stock 2, baby. We out here moving it. Doing it. Oh, that's right. R1 moving. Who set the alarm clock around? Okay. Let's see what we can't do that. Fujiko can't sleep. Alright. What we got there? This was lounge since early morning. Bang. Good shit. What time did Fujiko see Nekomaru? What? Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Blue one. What is this? I think. Wait, hang on. Let's see. Blue one. Is that an alarm? Okay, so that's not it. Why didn't Nekomaru fall? We don't have that yet. Bet. We got this. Phone. Doing the bubbling noise. I got you. Bang. Stock 3. Let's go. What we got? Who set the alarm? Who set the lounge alarm? Set 5. Damn. Man, this nigga Gundam wanted that shit done early. What time to he can see Nekomaru? I kinda was hard something in the room. Okay, move back now here. What fake weapon was left at the tower? The hammer, clearly. Last stop, baby. Let's go. What time did you go see Nekomaru? Alarm from 5:30? It's 5 a.m. right now. Good shit. What else you got? Alright. Why did Nekomaru fall? Then you need to sleep. The doorknob came off.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Let me show you how to really do it.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Great Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Great Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Great Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Yeah, well, that's done. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't fuck up drastically throughout this process, but it's done. I left with a B. Don't give a fuck. Alright, 106 coins collected. Cool. Bet.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Alright, man, we all have those moments. Game be like plot twist, he ain't even the villain. It'd be bad if I bite my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Picking for the results. You guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right. The one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka. Nice. Yay! I said it without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. Execution class round's finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish it until we hear from Gundam. No matter what he says, it's not gonna change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you, Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Oh, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say so.
Listen well.
That is what I'd like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You guys said that I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake.
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. This is no mistake. Because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that. What do you mean? Explain. Fine then. I shall reveal
Let's
it all.
make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered a secret of the funhouse and devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my suitable killing intent. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and
Let me
death.
tell you this.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. Huh? If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would have never, you would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Me?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We were all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it's still wrong. I will not argue. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
Weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. This is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us to just wait here until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us and have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside the building, everyone has been dominated by the feeling of abandonment. Jesus Christ. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it's meant to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did? But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought,
Damn
right?
it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to a battle. Regardless, as I already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. that is the absolute truth.
Oh, my tears.
But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative than slowly starving to death here?
Oh.
Can't believe this is why you committed your crime. Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette
Let's
too?
make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was a mere child's play.
Well?
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted to your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all of mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you
Fade
fools.
like dust
Not
in
in
the
a
wind.
million, not in a billion, not in a 10 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time to fight. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, got it. I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. Please wait. This is too much. Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam. Miss Sonia. Please, I beg of you. Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam? It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor.
yo, this nigga spitting low-key?
I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
Yo, why is Gundam spitting though?
That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Oh, would you look at that? There was a place I have it for him after all. Gundam? No. No. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chest. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? And what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that. Damn it. Damn it. I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
Worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
You are right. This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Kanon will most likely call his way out of hell, and I presume he'll be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have a lot to do. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So, how long are you guys going to stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you going to keep this up? Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Now then. Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec. That mood shift is too damn fast.
Not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nakamaru said. That's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
And let's go back for now and eat. And then, after we're full, let's sleep and let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then, let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial had come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished, but despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial, but at the moment we were about to forget the dark despair looming up before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file just had Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would have been complicated if they had found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this. It should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one to stop this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
it's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I can't ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the lovely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight
What's
too?
the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see. So you can tell. Ah, perhaps you found out who the traitor is? You know me well.
Oh.
Is what I like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see. Even so. I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown's gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So, why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally gonna confess your love?
Hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize for the final dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There's information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding amongst us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But the file contains documents that were created at Hope Speak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I just reused the stuff that was in the former headmaster spent a lot of time making. And this file even contains information about the traitor. Was that person also a former student at Hope Speak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Your existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation's lackey who's been putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came to offer my cooperation, you know? Cooperation?
Hey.
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep. If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no. I mean, I want to make everyone in the group feel despair. That includes you too. Well, I knew you'd say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself in despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like.
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this. Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate the despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that can even be called the ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question.
That's.
If that's the case, if that person is already on the island, wouldn't that be exciting? Thank God that's over, because I swear to God I felt my throat giving out. It probably did too, if I'm being 100% realistic. 5 days, 11 hours, 13 minutes, baby. Chapter 4. Do Ultimate Robots Dream of Clockwork? The end. And the numbers went down to 7 students. Danganronpa. Obtain a present. You obtained a Hellhound earring. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to end this episode of Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, right here. I'm going to be honest with you, I recorded this episode numerous times, specifically the ending, because, you know what, I'll talk about it in the next episode. All you need to know is I'm ending this video right here. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, why don't you go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that goodness. And with that being said, this is Thealdealplays signing out saying peace, and I will catch you all in the next episode.